About a week and a half ago, I had a couple of requests for help on this following problem, and it said evaluate 4x plus 3 and then open parentheses y plus 5 close parentheses. Okay, we're to evaluate that when x is one less than the quotient, and the quotient of y and 4, and the quotient of y and 4, and y equals 12. Now this problem, I think the reason why it's a little bit more challenging is because there are several parts to it. If it just said evaluate and it had an algebraic expression like we have here, and it told us what both x and y was, it wouldn't be that bad of a problem. But in this case, we're only told what y is outright, and we need to somehow evaluate it, so we need to somehow not only replace y with 12, we need to find out what we're to replace x with. Well, there's enough information in here to do that, and but we need another skill. The skill is we need to translate from an English expression to an algebraic, actually an algebraic equation. So from an English equation, if you will, to an algebraic equation. And here is the part that we need to translate. The part that I've just underlined. Okay, so let's see if we can translate this just as it comes up. So first it says x, so that's easy. We just write down x. Next word is, and as you might be saying, well, we know what is equals. And then there's this tricky little part here that says one less than, then it goes on and it says other things. One less than, that means I'm going to subtract 1. That's 1 less, means subtract 1. 1 less than, that means I'm going to subtract 1 from something. And now let's look at what is the something. The something is the quotient of y and 4. Okay, so what's quotient? Well, you're telling me probably quotient means division. So I need to write a division. And division of what two things? It says y and 4. So I need to write a division with y and 4. And I'm going to use the fraction bar to indicate a division here. Y is mentioned first, so that goes up on the top. And 4 is mentioned second, and so that goes down here on the bottom. And I think I've done the translation. So let's see what we have. X equals y divided by 4 subtract 1. Okay, now can we find out what x is? Yes, because we know what y is. Y is equal to 12. And so we're going to evaluate this equation and find a value for x. So we write down x equals, and we replace y with 12, and that's divided by 4, subtract 1. Now the next thing we need to remember on this problem is the order of operation. And the order of operation says do all divisions before you do additions and subtractions. Do multiplications and divisions before additions and subtractions. So we want to do the 12 divided by 4 first. and 12 divided by 4 is 3, and then subtract 1. And what is 3 subtract 1? Well, that's 2. So finally we've found out what x is. Now we can go back to our original algebraic expression, and we can replace x with the value. We know what that value is now. It's 2. And we can replace y with the value, and that value is 12. And so let's do that. So we write down, let's write down the full expression first without replacement. So we have 4x plus 3 times the quantity y plus 5. We opened the parentheses and closed the parentheses. And now let's do the replacement. So this is going to be equal to 4, and we replace the x with 2, plus 3, and we're going to replace the y with 12, and then it has plus 5. Okay. Okay, now we're called again to do order of operations. And so what do? We need to do inside the parentheses first, and there is an operation indicated inside the parentheses. Excuse me. And that is an addition. So we'll do that first. I'm just bringing down and everything else, no changes so far. And then 12 plus 5 is 17. Okay. Excuse me. Now, what do we have left? Well, we have a multiplication, an addition, and a multiplication. So what do we do next? We do our two multiplications. So 4 times 2 is 8. And then plus, we're not doing the plus yet. 3 times 17 is 51. And finally, this whole problem has come down to the simple addition problem. And what is 8 plus 51? 59. And so we evaluated that algebraic expression. That's it for this problem. See ya.